The original Doom has always been one of my comfort games. Alongside the original Crash Bandicoot and Resident Evil 4, it's something I can play through every so often and feel a bit better about life. Back in the dark days of the COVID lockdowns, I decided to use that free time to finally play through a bunch of old games I missed out on growing up. And since then, I've added a few more titles to that list of cozy games I replay every year, with one of them being 1994's Heretic by Raven Software, the first of many so-called Doom clones. Heretic didn't stray too far from the gameplay template that Doom popularized. It essentially had the same weapon lineup and similar enemy archetypes, with the art direction taking on a dark fantasy setting, as opposed to a science fiction one. With the release of Night Dive Studios' remaster last year, I've probably replayed it a fair bit more than Doom recently, especially since that version includes easy access to a trove of mods. And the mod selection is pretty decent. However, it's nowhere near as expansive as the one in the Doom re-release, which is to be expected, I guess. It is also mainly just level packs too. The mod that I'll be covering in this video isn't one that's compatible with the official re-release, however, and needs a source port like ZDL to load all the needed files in the correct order, with that mod being version 6.5 of Brutal Heretic RPG.
What sorcery is this?
If you're at all familiar with the popular mod Brutal Doom, or something like Brutal Wolfenstein, you should have a general idea of what to expect. Take an old school shooter and turn the violence and mayhem dial up past 11. However, Brutal Heretic RPG has a few more tricks up its sleeve than just enhanced gore that makes this mod a particularly interesting and fun way to revisit this classic shooter.
This year's a spectacle might warrant a moment's consideration.
The first thing you'll notice with this mod pack is the updated textures throughout the entire game. Everything has been upscaled, from the weapons, the enemies, and the environmental art, and overall it looks pretty good. It's still immediately recognizable as Heretic, although you might have to do some messing around with the aspect ratio to get it looking right. I had to set mine to 21:9. With Brutal Heretic being built around modern source ports, it of course takes advantage of many features not possible in the original Doom engine, like dynamic real-time lights being cast from torches and lanterns, that work really well with the dark fantasy aesthetic. You even get a torch that you can use in dark areas. There is a massive increase in particle effects, as to be expected for a mod with Brutal in the title. Enemies will now explode in chunks upon death, with blood redecorating nearby walls. All of the weapon projectiles have been redesigned, with them being a lot brighter and faster, same with the enemy projectiles. Some of the battles in this mod can look super impressive with all these new particle effects going off, especially when fighting in areas of water, as body parts will create splashes everywhere. The same goes for areas with lava too. You can expect to see smoke filling up a room as you mow down enemies.
That makes things far more interesting.
The next addition that this mod adds is an important one to the entire experience, and it's a PK3 file that combines all the levels from the game's 5 episodes into one seamless campaign, meaning that all your weapons, items, and health carry over into each new episode, instead of everything hard resetting back to just the starting weapon. The reason this is important is because the biggest change made in Brutal Heretic is the inclusion of an RPG-style leveling system. Now with every kill you earn experience points, and with every level gained you will earn a permanent health boost. The system goes even further than that though, with all the weapons now having secondary fire mechanics that are unlocked at certain levels. The basic wand, which is a lot more reliable on this mod as is, unlocks a grenade-like attack when you reach level 4, and can rip apart groups of gargoyles and one-shot the golems. The secondary fire for the Dragon Claw essentially turns it into a plasma rifle that can melt through hordes quickly, with the downside being that it eats ammo really quickly. The Hell Staff quickly became my favourite weapon, with its secondary attack sending out acidic rain, which if used in quick succession can defeat Iron Leeches in seconds. And if you're familiar with Heretic, you know that the faster these arseholes are dealt with, the better, as they can absolutely ruin your day with their annoying tornado attacks.
You are an abomination upon this earth.
The Tome of Power item of course gives all of your weapons a significant upgrade when used, and suitably are even more over the top than they were in the original, with the Dragon Claw just filling the screen with projectiles. I was even able to humiliate a few Minotaurs by using the empowered Necromancer gauntlets, to leech their health as they attacked me to no avail. I'm sure Civi 11 would be proud.
Yeah, that's right. Run away, bitch.
This mod also allows you to keep all inventory items across levels now too, as in the original, your inventory would reset all collected items back to 1, meaning you can now stock up on things like health flasks, and even invincibility rings to help you get out of some of the many tough spots throughout the campaign.
That's not enough. I need to see more.
The one caveat to this whole RPG system that's been added is that in order to get the most out of it, you really have to be playing on the higher difficulties. Otherwise, it'll take you a long time to level up and unlock all the new weapon abilities, since the lower difficulties have less enemies. For this playthrough, I was on difficulty 4, the ultra-violent equivalent to Doom, which was pretty manageable. I don't think I died until somewhere in episode 2, and it wasn't until episodes 4 and 5, especially 5, where the difficulty spikes up to some bullshit levels. The fight with the final boss, the Sparrow, in episode 3 is also genuinely challenging now, if you don't have at least 3 invincibility rings on hand.
It cannot be.
If you've never played Heretic before, I probably wouldn't recommend this mod for your first playthrough, unless you're fairly seasoned with old school shooters on high difficulties. I mean, if you've finished Blood, you'll probably be fine, but this mod does take what was a fairly challenging game on difficulty 4 and makes it about 3 times harder. For everyone else coming back for another playthrough, Brutal Heretic RPG is definitely a fun and challenging revamp of that old classic, with enough changes added to make it feel fresh and exciting. And it's probably how I'll replay it from now on, honestly.
Greetings, mortal. Are you ready to die?
To those wondering if Heretic's sequel/spin-off Hexen also has a Brutal RPG mod equivalent, well, you won't be disappointed. I didn't have time to dive into all the changes that mod has to offer, as there was a lot. Plus, Hexen is not an easy game as it is. It offers a lot more customization than the original game, with each class having 3 starting weapons to choose from now, each with different strengths and weaknesses. The class and the weapon you pick also seem to affect what monsters spawn too. It also adds a lot more enemies from what I played too, like spiders and bats, which were very annoying, but I can see how their inclusion would break up the monotony of standard Hexen's small roster of enemies. The number of changes could likely warrant its own separate video, but again, this is fucking Hexen we're talking about. A man can only play through Hexen so many times before he goes insane, in my opinion. I like Hexen on a technical level. It's truly impressive what Raven Software achieved on the Doom engine all those years ago, but its obtuse puzzles, if you can call them that, and the level design definitely filters a lot of players. But it has a charm once you get into it, like I was while I was checking out this mod, and then I realized it was 3 AM and I needed to go to sleep.
It makes no damn sense. Compels me though.
And with all that said, that will do it for this Mod Corner video. This was a segment I started ages ago and low-key forgot about, but I'm hoping to cover more mods in the future, even if they do mostly end up just being Doom related. The next one will probably be the Castlevania Doom TC, which I've been meaning to check out probably for ages. Until next time, stay safe out there everyone. Definitely do not use Brutal Hexen for your first ever playthrough of Hexen, and I'll see you all in the next video.